I'll never forget the day I stumbled upon the door in my basement that changed everything, a discovery that still sends shivers down my spine as I recall the eerie feeling that settled in the pit of my stomach. I had lived in that house for over a decade, and I thought I knew every nook and cranny, every creaky floorboard and every musty smell. But as I was rummaging through the dusty shelves, searching for an old trunk to use for storage, I saw it. A door that seemed to appear out of nowhere, its presence as unexpected as a whispered secret in a crowded room. At first, I thought it was just a trick of the light, a play of shadows on the wall, but as I approached it, I realized with a growing sense of unease that it was real, a solid, unyielding presence that seemed to defy the very layout of my basement. Seen. I tried to recall if I had ever seen it before, but my mind was a complete blank, as if a veil of forgetfulness had been lifted, revealing a truth that had been hidden in plain sight. I must have walked past it countless times, oblivious to its presence, but now that I had found it, I couldn't shake off the feeling that it had been waiting for me all along, patiently biding its time until I was ready to uncover its secrets. The door was old, with a large iron knocker in the shape of a lion's head, its eyes seeming to stare into my very soul, and a rusted doorknob that looked like it hadn't been turned in years, the metal corroded and worn, as if the very passage of time had been trying to erase its existence. I felt a shiver run down my spine as I reached out to touch it, my heart pounding in my chest like a drumbeat in the darkness, the sound echoing through the empty corridors of my mind. Seen. As I turned the doorknob, I heard a faint creaking sound, like the groan of an old wooden ship, its timbers straining against the weight of the sea, and the door slowly swung open, revealing a set of steep stairs that led down into darkness, a void so profound that it seemed to swallow all light and sound, leaving only an oppressive silence in its wake. I hesitated for a moment, wondering if I should investigate further, but my curiosity got the better of me, a siren's call that beckoned me deeper into the heart of the mystery. I fumbled for my phone to use as a flashlight and began to make my way down the stairs, my heart racing with anticipation, the air growing colder with each step, as if I was descending into a realm where the very laws of reality no longer applied. Seen. The air grew colder with each step, and I could see my breath misting in front of me, a visible reminder of my own mortality, a fragile thread that seemed to connect me to the world above, a world that was rapidly receding into the distance. I reached the bottom of the stairs and found myself in a narrow, dimly lit corridor, the walls lined with old stone blocks, the smell of damp earth and mold filling my nostrils, a primordial scent that seemed to speak of secrets and forbidden knowledge. The corridor stretched out in front of me, disappearing into the darkness, and I felt a sense of unease, as if I was being watched by unseen eyes, the weight of their gaze pressing down upon me like a physical force. Seen. I began to walk down the corridor, my footsteps echoing off the walls, the sound seeming to take on a life of its own, as if I was being accompanied by unseen companions, their presence hinted at by the faint whispers that seemed to emanate from the shadows. The corridor seemed to stretch on forever, and I started to feel a sense of disorientation, as if I had been walking for hours, the darkness seeming to warp and distort my sense of time and space. And then, I saw it, a door at the far end of the corridor, a door that seemed to be waiting for me, its presence as inevitable as the dawn, a threshold that seemed to mark the boundary between the world I knew and a realm that lay beyond the veil of reality. Seen. I approached the door slowly, my heart pounding in my chest, the sound seeming to grow louder with each step, as if it was trying to warn me away from the secrets that lay beyond. I reached out to touch the doorknob, and as I did, I felt a sudden chill run down my spine, a cold wind that seemed to blow through my very soul, leaving me feeling empty and hollow, a shell of my former self. I knew then that I had to turn back, to leave the secrets of the door and the corridor behind, but it was too late, the damage had been done, and I had caught a glimpse of something that I couldn't unsee, a glimpse of a truth that seemed to haunt me still, a presence that lurks in the shadows, waiting for me to return, its eyes fixed on me with an unblinking gaze, a reminder that some secrets are better left unspoken, and some doors are better left unopened.